pleased to announce that I'm no longer autistic. In fact, I actually never was to begin with. I don't know when this all crossed into the real world, because I swear I remember autism was like an online only meme. Usually it was used as like an adjective, so see the examples here. And I mean, you'd have the few people who would proudly claim their like autist status, but again, it was like an online thing. If you tried to like use autism like that in the real world, people would look at you weird, but doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Sorry, I'm not autistic, guys. I'm just eccentric, and I need to stand up for my people because us eccentrics are being erased. I took the autism test and I failed spectacularly. And honestly, I didn't even need to take the test. I always said that if I was autistic, I'd probably end up making games about like signal processing or like being an artillery commander, not some janky RPG. Or I'd probably be the type of guy who edits Wikipedia articles. By the way, no dig to like anyone who does any of these things. I wish I could do that, but I can't. I don't have that level of autism. I don't really get the obsession with trying to psychoanalyze people these days. I guess it's like all this therapy speak manifesting into the public consciousness now. Like imagine dying and then 100 years later people on Twitter are like arguing about whether or not you were autistic, despite never having met you. Is it disrespectful? I was thinking about that. I mean, in some ways it's kind of like your aura, like you did something so crazy that to this day people are talking about you and like debating your personality based on like what was written about you in Wikipedia. Maybe this is like a problematic opinion, but I do believe things like autism and ADHD, they are real conditions. I mean, sorry, I do agree with that. And I think the therapists and psychiatrists are onto something. They've identified something. But also, it's like eggs or coffee or wine, where like every 10 years we find out that it's either like bad or good for you in your health. And I think probably they'll end up learning that these things have like modalities in the future. But maybe I'm totally wrong. Anyways, rant over. If you identify as autistic or ADHD, I'm not coming after you. You do you. I'm just yelling into the void my crazy thoughts. We're on good terms. Please don't go. I'm not mean. We're a big tent here. And this is the most political I'll ever get in my videos, I promise. So I've been trying to find inspiration lately. And I briefly considered the idea of playing video games again. I haven't played games in a while, to be honest. Once I started making games, I really stopped playing them as much. Something to do with like seeing how the sausage is made. And yeah, I'm probably not going to start playing games again. It's not the inspiration I'm looking for right now. Maybe it's just plain arrogance. But I still don't know what a roguelike or a deck builder is, and those terms are pretty hot. And yeah, it would be good as like an indie developer and business owner to see what games are currently trending and why. That would be the rational thing to do. But lately I'm also reading the discourse, and people seem to be complaining a lot about how bad media has gotten lately. And I think one of the problems that's identified is that the reason why media is getting worse is because it's being made by fans of said media. So all they know is tropes and stories and characters they're familiar with. They're not doing anything new. So yeah, maybe call it arrogance, call it ego. But is my condition not the same? Maybe I'm just not falling into the trap. Have you ever heard of the term "not invented here" syndrome? It's typically associated with the Japanese, and it has a negative connotation, I want to say. It's sometimes used to explain why Japanese companies fall behind and are slow to innovate. So looping this back to the start of this video, I don't suffer from autism. I probably suffer from not invented here syndrome. I've always kind of thought about it as a good thing. Now you won't find me rolling my own like TCP/IP implementation or writing my own like font renderer. I'm no Hideo Kojima, though I wish I was. I wish I was him. But we criticize these Japanese companies for being slow and not being productive. But then we turn around and also talk about how good Japanese products are and how the Japanese are innovating, like make it make sense. And right now the Japanese companies are doing well, and the Western games industry is in like a bloodbath. Just something to think about. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This is another video that really had nothing to do with Frontier Wars Online. You don't get it, man. I'm just procrastinating. I had that grand vision, and now I'm worried about the consequences of failure, and I'm trying to just pass the time. The thing is, there is no time. I'm out of time. Okay, but I'm gonna get over it and start working again.